Hey, I'm Charlie Fair. Thanks for watching this episode for us on the open bikes. We have all the bikes from 81 CR450 all the way up to 1997 CR500. For a private collector, I don't know if this is our largest collection. You tell us who might have the bigger collection out there, but we thought this would be a fun one. I have about 50 bikes in my collection. I do collect, rebuild, and also race. And I sell about one bike or two bikes a month and add here and there as well. So we have about 2-3 builds right now going on. We have a 86 125, 86 250 that we're doing, and a 83 CR250 that we're working on. And a CR110 that we're doing a full BBR kit on for the Pro suspension. So inverted forks, their Pro swing arm. That's gonna be a cool build. So if you're new to the channel, take a look at a lot of the videos. A lot of these bikes we'll touch on, we've done videos on so far. Comment below if you have any questions, comment, subscribe. And we drop about a video a week right now on the bikes that I have, and racing. So we'll hit any races. Sometimes we're definitely gonna do in the future the next, for comparison for lap time, will be a 2017 YZ250 against the 2020.5 KTM Factory Edition 450. And then what we're gonna do after that is whoever wins that for lap time, we're gonna pick another bike, and you guys can help us, tell us which bike of mine you want to have the next bike go against, whether it's a 97 CR500 or a 1999 KX500 I own, and we'll just try and see which bike will beat each bike lap time. So that will be fun to do too. So always fun to take them on the track and see which bikes were fastest on. But without further ado, let's go and start with the 1981. It's a CR450. This bike has been fully restored. Little unique that it has the black rims, but it's just a little flair. Everybody's different in what they like. This was completely redone. Probably one of my cleanest bikes that I have. Full nut bolt restoration. Mike is the one that had this in his collection. He has over 200 bikes in his collection, and I bought several bikes from him. And this is one that we've never put gas in since the rebuild. It's gonna stay that way. An amazing bike. Yes, this is how the 1981 bike came with that front fender. I think just to get some more air down into the motor since it's air cooled. These weren't the best bikes for 1981 for the CR, but it's just such a cool, unique build. And they're super rare. You just don't see them that often out there. Next is my 83 CR480s. So you can see the progression. They definitely went into better suspension. These bikes are probably the best of the CR480s. 83 is a great year. I actually bought 3 in California at one time. My friend Curtis has my third bike, and he's racing that now. And I raced this bike, and when I built them, you can see they're a lot alike, a lot of similar parts. I built this as my backup because I'm like, hey, screw it. You always need a backup bike. And I haven't put fuel in this or anything since the rebuild. And then this bike's been a lot of fun. It's just been a great bike to ride. We did put the Electron carb in, and that just makes the bike super smooth. This starts a little bit easier than the 86 bikes. But if you're gonna race, this goes into, for our AV DRA class, it's GP3 class, which is drum brake only, obviously, 81 to 83 class, and a super fun class. After these bikes, we go to 86, and this 86 I race, and this is called D1 class. D1 is front disc only, rear drum, and this goes next after this class, which is 84 to 1986, and race this in open. And just an amazing bike. It's a handful. It comes on super strong. You can see I added an aluminum tank and how it powder coated. paint matches perfectly with the plastic. I do that just to save my tanks because it's near impossible to find a really good quality NOS tank. So I'm keeping that and keeping it fresh, so that way if I ever want to just put the bike in the collection, not ride anymore, it has a great tank on it. This bike's been an amazing bike to race. And this bike, we'll probably post this the following week after you see this. So again, each week we post a video. So this will be the following week. This bike was a one owner bike. What you see for plastic, even the number plates and everything, this is all original, you guys. Original stickers, original seat, all original plastic. Engine covers never been repainted, frames never been repainted. I did Cerakote the pipe and foot pegs because they were a little rusty here and there and a little mark right there, but overall amazing. I did put new OEM NOS boots and the forks were leaking a little bit, so redid the forks, so new fork seals, all original. I think this is the original, well, I think these tires are date coded 2001. So these tires have been on this bike since 2001. Original grips. I mean, this bike is a unicorn. You're not gonna find another bike all original like this out there. So we'll touch on this bike in the next one that will drop next week. This bike we just posted about 4 weeks ago now. If you want to learn more about this bike and the history and how I found it, again, all original 1989. It's pretty cool to see from 86, 87 to 88, 89, the difference from how much lower the center of gravity is with the exhaust flow compares to the 86 bikes with the pipes and 87s. They finally went to 88, 89, or I think 88 or 89 was the first year the inverted forks weren't as good as the conventional forks. It took them a few years to get them up to par, but just really cool to see the differences as we progress through the bikes. And then going from 89, this is 1992. I believe we posted this probably a month or two ago as well. You wouldn't believe the bike of what it looked like compared to what it looks like now. Pretty incredible transition. So take a look at that video. It'll go through all the details, but we make it into George Jobert's peak factory bike. Pretty much everything looks like his except for the wheels. He didn't have gold wheels, but we did such soup to nuts to this bike. I wanted to do that. It sets off the bike, I think. Really cool build. And then we go to the 97. So the 97 to 2001 CR500s are the same. 1997 went to a larger front fork. And I think they only had a couple other things that were different between the 96 and older bikes. But if you're looking to get a CR500 in the best of the last years, 97 to 2001 is by far the ones to get. So this is my rider. We ride this bike. It's been amazing. I've done a lot of little mods to it, and we're gonna hit on this bike as well and post probably in a few weeks. We'll drop this video as well. A lot of mods that we've done to the bike. Still Performance did the suspension, but this bike is a blast to ride. AJ Catanzaro, if you follow AJ, he's a professional supercross racer. He has a great school. I did his school when he was out here for the Glendale races. And just an amazing guy, amazing school, so definitely do it. He's really big on standing the whole time and not putting your leg out to save energy for racing. And I believe that strongly as well, especially since I've had a fusion last summer. So I try and stand instead of letting my body take all the energy. I let my legs take all the energy, and it's just a better riding style. So watch his videos, learn from him. Excellent guy. But he loved this bike. We had him on the track with this in a 2022 KX450, the new factory edition version, and he liked this bike better. Go figure. But he's sort of a two-stroke guy, I think, underneath his little layers. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about the bikes. If you have any questions, comments on the bikes, And that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.